3 ways to market your book to transform your business. Now, in a short moment, I will share with you the 3 top strategies that you can use once you have written and published your business book. And by a business book, I mean that you use it to grow your business, be it could be in personal development or it could be in any category, HR, marketing, whichever. But basically, a book that you have used for credibility reasons, so that you can use it to enhance your business, grow your business. Right? And that's exactly what this video is about, that I'm going to share 3 strategies that you can implement once you have written your book to get it into the hands of the right people. So number 1, which is you should be getting your book into the hands of the right people, meaning who you've written this book for. So the top 100 dream clients that you would love to work with. Or it could be even those people who may have your audience already. So that maybe they're an influencer in your niche, and they have the right audience who you have written this book for. So firstly, you need to get your book in the hands of that community leader, right? So make a list of top 100, let's say top 80 dream clients and top 20 influencers, a mixture of both influencers and dream clients. Right? Influencers meaning that they're in your market and they serve the similar audience with different services or products. So they have the right audience that you want to reach out to, right? Make a list of, if you can't do 150, whatever, just come up with a list of those people that you would love to get your book in the hands of, right? And make sure you now post physical copies to them, okay? So do not worry about, am I going to make money from the sales of this book? Because majority of the times selling books on Amazon, authors make max probably £2 to £3, or in dollars $5 or $6 per book. So it's the book sales are not what's going to make you rich, but the business that comes out of writing that books and getting it into the hands of the right people is what's going to transform your business. So hence the first strategy we're talking about is getting your book in the hands of the right people. Send them physical copies, even digital copies if you like, and of course the way these usually these business books are written is that you would have a call to action within the book. And if not, when you are sending them the physical copies of the book, make sure you have a way of letting them know what is the next step, how to get in touch with you. Or maybe there's a next step that you have a webinar that follows that book, you have a workshop that you do on the back of that, something. So that should be a part of that strategy when you send them off those books, or if they're especially if they're not mentioned in the book itself. Now, the second strategy is to repurpose your book. Okay, you have now written that content. You have put your blood, sweat, and tears in putting that book together, right? It was a lot of hard work. Now, don't just let it die. Don't just let it sit in the archive somewhere in the dark pits of the cloud or Amazon. Make sure you leverage that for months and years to come. And how do you do that? The way to do that is by repurposing it. And what do I mean by that? Okay, you have already written the content. Now you can turn that content into video clips. Now you may or may not be familiar, but you can basically, if you are comfortable in front of the camera, you can record yourself for 3 to 5 minute video clips with the content that you've already written about. So maybe you've mentioned about 3 myths that you have busted in your book related to your niche. Okay, so that's a 3 to 5 minute video that can come out just from that chapter, that topic within the book. And if you're comfortable in front of the camera, all you need to do is get in front of the camera, read that through from your book and just record it. But if you're not comfortable and you do not want to get in front of the camera, and maybe that's the reason why you wrote the book, because you're a writer, you don't want to be in front of the audience, then what you also can do is create text motion videos, which is basically video footage that is relative to the content that we're talking about, and with text going on top of it. So your face is not there, but other video footage is there, obviously, to make it visual. We don't just want like a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, text going from one slide to another. I mean, you can do that as well. That is also another option, but it would be quite boring. So video clips is one way. Other things which come out of it for your social media promotion is the quotes. Probably tons and tons, not only yourselves, but if you have mentioned clients in it, maybe quotes from the clients will come, case studies you've shared in the book, testimonials you have shared. All of those should be turned into images, which you can share on social media for weeks and months to come. Testimonials are very good ones to leverage. Turn them into videos. Even if your customers or clients have shared testimonials in text form with you, it can be turned into a video clip. You can even combine 3 or 4 testimonials together and convert it into a short video clip, 30-second video clip, or a minute-long video clip that you can share on social media and on your website, and even on social profiles. Like if you are active on LinkedIn, it's a great way to showcase your credibility, to share your client stories or client testimonials in video format. Usually people don't read text, long form text when it comes to testimonials. So videos are preferred that you can share on social media platforms. So video clips, we've talked about video clips that come out of your book, testimonials, quote images, and newsletters. So if you were planning to start a weekly newsletter for your audience, all the content is already there, categorized in your book. So you could now put a theme together for your newsletter and know, okay, first in the first month we're going to be talking about the problems related to a market, which we have already mentioned in the book, right? Second month is all about some mistakes that they can avoid, and so on and so forth. Or you could do a mixture of it throughout the month. The content is already there. It just needs to be formatted in a slightly different way to be presentable in another format to reach another audience who may not have read your book, but they may come across your newsletter through social media, or they may see your social posts on other platforms. Or emails. Convert the content into emails, especially if you've done the newsletter. Now it's so much easier to now create a whole email follow-up series out of that. You can even this book content turn it into blog posts, right? So blog post is the easy one because you've already written the text form, so the text is already there. So it's just a matter of coming up with topics for each blog post, which will already be there in your book, but it is you just give it a catchy headline for each blog post, and of course you can then have many 500 words to 1,000 words blog posts going on your website. You could even do, twice weekly. Once a week, you share short form blog posts, which is like 500 to 700 words on your website, and once a week you share a long form blog post, which could be anywhere between 1,000 to 8,000 words, right? So because you've already got the content there, so it's not about you're thinking about writing content from scratch. You're not going to be sitting in front of the blank screen and thinking, what do I write about? What do I share? Content is already there. It's just a matter of now putting it in a different format to reach a different type of audience. Right. So these are just few of the ways you can repurpose your book for marketing, and literally on the back of it, transform your business as more traffic, leads, and sales will come through when you are more visible online, right? And lastly, what I wanted to share about is to have a book funnel, especially if you are doing a book promotion, right? So very few people do this, and this is another good way of, if you really wanted to make sure that, okay, I'm happy to give away my book for free, but I really don't want and you wanted to reach hundreds and thousands of people, not just like your top 100 clients, but you wanted to reach a lot more people. And of course you cannot do that and be out of pocket. So another clever way to do that is to have a book marketing funnel, which goes something like this. And of course you can have variations of it, but generally what it's done, the way it's done, is that you sell your book for free, and you just ask the customer to pay for postage and handling. You can, of course, depends on the deal that you have. You may want them to pay a small amount of money for the book, and you take care of make the postage free for them. Whichever way you do. It's a clever way to get the book in the hands of the right people for a small amount of money. And then on the back of it, right, as in that funnel, you upsell them the audiobook of your textbook, right? So that is not free. So whatever that, usually it goes for 15 to 20 pounds or something similar in dollars as well, right? So you can, because a lot of people prefer to read or to listen to books rather than reading the books. But what you're doing, and usually this book funnel promotion works if you are selling the book yourself, or you have some sort of arrangement with your publisher. If you have it on Amazon, of course, you can send people off to Amazon to buy the book, but then you do not have the next steps for them to take. So it's best to do this through your own website, where you can tell them, hey, buy the book from me, so it's cheaper as well. Just pay for the postage. And then on the same page, you can upsell them your audiobook, and you can also give them other options, right? That if you would love to know how to implement the steps or the strategies that I've spoken about in this book, well, here's a workshop for $47 or whatever it is. Here I have created this 3-hour workshop which will help you implement this in your own business. The statistics show that usually, from textbook to audio sales, usually you would find 50% or so conversion, maybe for 30 even if it's 30 to 40%, and for the second upsell, the workshop, 5 to 10%. So at the end you will end up in fact making money instead of losing money. But again, even if it just covers the cost, this entire funnel just covers the cost. Imagine now how many people you have reached. And obviously you will be promoting this funnel through some ways. If you already have a huge organic reach, you have a huge tribe, you can share it with them, and it may work just well. Otherwise, you may just be running Facebook ads or Google ads, some sort of ads to this funnel. So you're talking about reaching thousands and thousands of people, right? Imagine now what happens as a result of it, even if you're just covering your costs through this funnel, although it is very, very possible that you will make a profit on a funnel like this. So, what comes on the back of this, that once they have consumed your book in text form or audio form, and they've even got your workshop, now they're more and more likely, they are such a warm, in fact, probably a hot audience by now, to work with you when it comes to solving their particular problem that they once solved, for the reason that they've bought your book for, rather than going to a competitor whom they do not know much about. They're not going to now, even if they were to go on Google and search up competitors, you're going to weigh up way higher than somebody who's just come up in their Google search. So those were the 3 strategies I wanted to share with you. 3 ways to market your book to transform your business. Until next time, bye-bye.